Welcome back. You want to say our names at the beginning of every segment now, right?
Yeah, we did.
My name is Chris. This is Steve. This is our guest star for this episode, Garrett.
There you go.
This is the Beer Night podcast YouTube show, whatever the fuck it is.
YouTube show.
This is
God.
the music segment.
Don't forget, you fail it. Episode 21.
Because of fuck what
3-year anniversary.
Like,
I don't even give anniversary, bastard.
I wish I had like a little. Talking on the microphone, bro.
I don't even give a shit what episode number it is.
No.
They don't.
I care, okay? I put in playlists and I gotta know this shit.
You're a very caring person.
I am,
Steve.
of course. I care
Some
about
of
everybody.
Can we get to the music?
Don't fucking care.
He can.
Speaking of not caring about people,
Yeah.
let's talk about heavy metal music.
Yeah.
Right?
Love me some heavy.
Ooh. So we decided, in honor of our guest star, we're gonna do the top 5 of Garrett's favorite band,
Favorite.
Pantera.
Number 1 all time.
So I'm gonna let you go first, Garrett, since this is your jam. Why don't you start us off? Kick us off right with your Pantera top 5. What do you got?
Raining Blood?
Oh.
Close.
Oh.
Not really.
That's good. Good song. Good song. But not by
It's a
Pantera.
good song.
Not by
It's a good song.
Pantera.
It's
though.
fun.
Yeah.
Fun
You
to
can
play.
tell I don't like metal.
It's fun to play when you're in the right tuning. An inside joke. I had to be there. It was at your show.
You weren't in the right tuning? I'm changing.
No, the bass player wasn't.
Oh, that's not good.
I was in the right tuning.
Yeah?
I'm always.
Of course you are. Guitar players
It's
are.
a constant argument of singers that can actually sing and singers that like to fuck pigs on stage. As far as actuality with metal.
Ooh.
Okay, but Phil is a singer that can actually sing.
I agree with you.
Actually got some pipes.
He
can
does.
actually
He
do
does.
some
Back
shit.
in the day,
But
yeah.
Our hairstyles combined would probably match a lot of his ideal. It's just kind of one of those things where
I don't think
I'm
that, no.
sorry. There's
He's an
underlying
idiot.
meaning with
He's
some
a-
songs. I don't know why I could never get into the band.
He's
It
an
was
idiot.
weird.
He's an idiot sometimes. Yeah, you're that.
Most singers are.
He has his moments.
Yeah.
Just like any other
Dumbass.
singer, right?
He's a dumbass.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
he, He definitely has his
Yeah,
moments.
yeah,
The white power video doesn't help. But
No,
anyway,
not at all. Not at all. Not at
But
all.
it was white wine, so it's all good.
Yeah. He explained
So
it.
it's more one of the. You guys are going to argue like a married couple, and I'm going to listen to these songs
Alright.
and judge your purpose.
If we could actually listen to the songs
Yeah.
right now, I'd be stoked.
We react to every Pantera
Let's
song top 5 that we do.
That sounds like a great segment.
A great
Just
idea.
listen to 10 different
Yeah.
Pantera songs. I mean, we might have some overlap.
Well, we'll
Might
probably
not-
have
not quite
about the
10.
same. Yeah.
Well,
Maybe. I will go.
dope, though. That'd be cool.
That'd
I
be
like
cool.
that.
That'd be cool. Just do it on your own time, though. I'm gonna go with my
Steve, why don't
top
you go
5 Pantera
Wait,
songs of all
hold on.
times.
We need a precursor. Why are we doing top 5?
So Pantera has made a comeback with obviously, Dime passed away, Vinny
Vinny?
passed away. They are currently touring
The
with
anchors of the band, by the way, the 2 best parts of the band are no longer.
Yeah,
working.
it's
Is
very
this like
sad.
a Guns N' Roses
I would-
Buckethead
no,
situation?
I would say it's
or-
No.
I would say Pantera
Stop it.
tribute.
because
Pantera tribute.
because okay, on guitar you have Dime's best friend, Zach motherfucking Wild. If there's anybody else who can cover for Dime, it's Zach. And on drums, you have one of my favorite drummers in the metal world, Charlie Benante, who,
Very, very
for
underrated.
my money, and I may get blasted for this. Not really, because nobody's watching anyway, but I think he's better than Vinny. I mean,
Yeah.
like to me, Charlie is fucking insanely good. Like if you could pick a drummer to fill in
Yeah.
for Vinny, it's Charlie, because
Yeah.
Charlie's fucking
He's fantastic. It's
Great.
great stuff.
by far the best part of
Mhm.
Anthrax. Like he is insanely good. We've seen him live numerous
Yeah.
times, and
Yeah.
he is nuts. Like really, really, really great drummer. I'm stoked. We're going to see him. I'm
Yep.
stoked.
We're
You
gonna
know,
see him
Phil
with
aside, I mean, Phil
Lamb
still
of
sings.
God. Yes.
Yeah, fuck Lamb of God. But anyway,
God damn.
I'm really excited to see Pantera with Zach
Yeah.
and Charlie. If I can't see him with Vinny and Dime, I mean, I can't.
Did
Think
you-
of
did
a,
you
I
see
can't
it?
think of a better fill-ins than Zach and Charlie. Like it's gonna be great.
You are a little younger than me. Did you ever see Pantera live in the?
I'm younger than you.
Yes, you are. No, wait, you're older than me. Sorry, you're older than me. So have you?
Strike that. Reverse it.
Reverse it. You're older than me. Have you seen Pantera
Yes,
live?
I saw them open for Black Sabbath on the reunion tour with Ozzy in 1999.
Nice.
I was on the floor at
Yeah.
the Forum in Inglewood,
All right.
and yeah, I was on the floor, like maybe 10 rows back from the
Yeah,
stage.
yeah.
Saw Pantera, and then Black Sabbath came out, and it was just Devil and Doom, and it was just beautiful. Like, it was like a symphony.
Great. So I've never
Great.
seen Pantera live back when Vinny and Dime were alive. I was too young. I don't even think I was into metal at the time. I got into metal back in like 2002. So I'm kind of excited to see them with Zach Wilde and Charlie.
Yeah,
so
I've also
see some of those songs.
I've also seen Dime and Vinny besides in Pantera. I saw them with Damage Plan twice.
Yeah.
Great shows. Saw them at the Henry Fonda Theater
Mm-hmm.
with Hatebreed, and then I saw them do a double headlining show with Shadows Fall.
Yeah,
insanely good. And
sounds good too.
it was great, and that was actually that Shadows Fall tour. It was a month before
That was like
Dime was murdered on stage.
That was their last.
Yeah,
tour,
it was a month before, and they started going east, and then when they went to Iowa or Columbus, wherever it was, is when he was murdered on stage. And Vinny actually took a bullet too, but survived. And so it was really crazy because huge influences on me as a guitar player and as a person trying to form a band at that point. It was just crazy to think that we just seen him a month before, like right in front of the stage, and just to imagine that happening. You're at a show, seeing these guys up there killing it, and then I don't want to get cryptic, but it was a crazy scenario that happened. So the Pantera Legacy Tour, they're calling it. It's not a reunion because the other two members are dead, but it's kind of a long time coming. Been in talks with Zach about it for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think he's, like I said, he's the perfect fill-in. Charlie is going to be insane. It's going to be a great show. I'm excited. So that's the reason we're doing the Pantera Top 5 is because that tour being announced and because we're going to go see him, see how it holds up. Be a fun time.
Can't wait for that. So my top 5 Pantera songs of all time. Go number 5.
Wait, Garrett, you're going to the show.
Yeah. You have
Of
lawn
course.
tickets?
We got lawn tickets, so you can
Yeah.
get a lawn ticket.
It's not
$40.
expensive. Come on,
I'll
do
go
it.
because there's Zach Wilde.
There you go.
Yeah, just
Perfect.
buy a ticket, drink beer with us, and enjoy some.
Let's go.
I
Let's
like
go.
beer.
My number 5. 5 time. Is fucking Hostile.
Fucking Hostile makes
number
the top
5. Makes the top 5.
It's kind of a classic.
It is classic.
Kind of a classic.
It's the reason why it's number 5 is it's fast paced. It's in your face. It's very punchy.
Yeah.
The fucking lyrics are just
you sang it
fucking
in
nuts.
Vegas, didn't you?
Yeah, I
That's
sang it. I
karaoke
sung
song.
it. I
I
sung
mean,
it.
that is not a
I did.
common karaoke song.
I did.
I saw it up there like, go ahead.
Yeah, I did. I failed a little bit at the
Oh,
verses.
come on.
At the verses,
You were fine.
because the verses are very fast. They're very fast, and he like on the second and third verse, he kind of like goes a little bit like off time. So it's kind of like, oh, you got it there.
Purposefully, though.
Purposeful, yeah, it's a little bit there.
It's off
But-
time, in
Sure.
time. In
That
time, off
song-
time.
All
that
metal
song-
bands go off time.
Yeah, a
purposely.
little bit.
Well,
But
of course they do. It's part of the art form.
But that song it's a good song to end a show like they've done for a while. And I love that song. It's so fast and great and punchy. Good fucking mosh pit song. That's my number 5. My number 4, Cowboys from Hell.
Oh, I love it.
It starts off that album. It's the riffs in that song are just awesome and ridiculous.
For my money, still my favorite Pantera album.
Yeah. I mean, it's got that album's got a lot of good tunes.
It's the guitar player, I think, alone that
Oh, yeah.
makes that song.
Oh, that
sure,
good,
yeah.
the riffs, the guitar solo just is just top notch.
mean. Like, that's the only
Just
way you can describe it.
mean is a good
the
word.
Drumming,
I like his,
by the way, Vinny, the drumming
yeah.
is nasty in that
Nasty
song
as fuck,
too. It's
too.
nasty.
It's crazy. Number 3. I don't know. I don't know if you. This Love. What do you think?
A little high.
A little high?
It just played on our stereo earlier.
I know,
I
it
love
did.
the song. I
It
love it. It's
did.
great.
You
You know what I was thinking?
I think because I love Phil's vocals on
I was
that.
just about to say, I
Yes.
love his vocals.
Love
on that
his
song.
vocals
It's
on that.
fucking nasty
And then
shit.
when it goes fucking hard, it's a head because it starts off slow as fuck with the cool chords and melody on the guitar, and then just once it goes fucking hard, it goes fucking hard. Like, yeah, it's love. Oh, it's great. It's great shit. And
You know what I love when he does the high pitched screams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he goes
I
high a little
can't do
bit.
it, but
No,
it's pretty nasty.
Yeah,
It's
try
good
and
stuff.
karaoke me one day.
Just blow out your voice. Just fucking blow it out.
Fuck it, dude. Whatever. And the guitar solo in that song is fantastic as well. So that's my number 3. I love that song. My number 2, Cemetery Gates, is number 2.
Classic.
It is just a classic Pantera song. It starts off very, subdued and chill, and has a great guitar melody with Phil's vocals over it.
Lots of great guitar melodies in that
Yeah.
song.
And then it has a good flow to it. The song flow, and then
It's very well written.
the guitar riff. It's a classic fucking guitar riff. It's nasty as fuck. Guitar solo again is fantastic, and the way it ends too with Dime
call
doing
and
the
answer.
call and answer with the and then
whammy
Phil
pedal,
going
not the bar.
or the
Whammy pedal.
I feel like
pedal.
this is kind of a case in
It's
point with
fucking-
that band, though. When you're talking about the guitar player more than the singer, and the singer's a blowhard, it's like
I would say
put a bag
Phil
on him.
Honestly,
Take him out
Hold
and-
on. The Cemetery Gates is quite possibly
is
Phil's
best
song.
best
as far as the
vocal
singer's concerned.
range and
Like he
melody and that.
kills
He
that
kills
fucking
that
song.
song.
Like, he
It's
kills
great.
it. The Dime was just a phenom. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was like listening to Van Halen almost.
Mm-hmm.
Except Phil's much better singer than David Lee Roth.
Yeah,
But he's not a better singer than Sammy Hagar, for example.
No.
But it was just you had this guy and this sound that was meant to kind of blow up.
Mhm.
He really was. Like he was destined to be somebody in that genre
Yeah.
because of his style and his flair, ability on the instrument. Doesn't mean that Phil is actually a super capable singer. He really is.
He is.
Like there's so many moments on so many of their albums when you're like, God damn, this guy can actually really fucking sing.
Yeah.
And scream too, by the way, with
He's
better than most.
and,
like
and his longevity in screaming too. He
But-
can
but
hold it out really
very,
well.
very
And
important pitch.
pitch too as well.
Pitch.
Yeah,
He-
it's great pitch.
He was one of the original guys that could scream with pitch, that weren't doing
Mhm.
death growls, that were off pitch, that were
Mhm.
out front, that were
Yeah.
taking away from the music. His harsh vocals had pitch, and they fit what was going
Mhm.
on, and it made sense. It wasn't there just to do it.
Yeah.
Which is
Exactly.
what eventually screaming became in a lot of metal. It became, well, we got to have screams here because,
Mhm.
right? It's just,
Yeah.
screams. His screams had meaning, and then he would hit it with in pitch for one, but also then hit you with singing as well,
Yeah.
which he could do. Now, some of his vocal stylings, I'm not a huge fan of. There are some times where I'm like, it's just,
Yeah.
but he's actually a really capable singer.
I
If
love
you
him
look at
in
the
Down.
genre in that
Down
day-
is fantastic in his
yeah,
singing.
and if you
wise.
look at the genre in that day, he was one of the better singers
was,
out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So
So number 1, Pantera song of all times. That's Domination. I mean, why not? Why wouldn't that song be number
Okay.
1? It is fucking just. It starts off fucking great. How's it
One,
fucking?
two, three, four.
No, that's fucking hostile.
Yeah.
What's the wording that he says at the beginning?
I did
Yeah,
that
there you go.
motherfucker. All
Yeah,
you hear is the
that-
motherfucker.
yeah,
That's all you
motherfucker, that's
hear.
all you hear.
And it's not Phil. By the
Yeah,
way.
it's not Phil.
I think
It's Rex. I think.
I think it's Rex.
I think
Yeah.
it's Rex. Yeah. Yeah. And it's the melody. The first riffs. It's classic. It's so classic. It's so heavy as fuck. And the way that song ends with the guitar solos and just it is a mosh pit
Well, it's
fucking waiting to happen.
still like the heaviest breakdown. Of all
heaviest
time.
fucking breakdown
Yeah.
ever. Everyone knows Domination, right? Everyone who watches this channel, right? You know Domination? Domination. Yeah. I don't know. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. It's my number 1.
I remember
song.
seeing a funny meme of like the heaviest matter in the
Yeah.
universe, right?
Yeah.
And it had like this, that, and then there was like a black
Black-
hole,
Black hole.
and then that was like
The heaviest
the
of matters.
the second to heaviest,
So yeah.
and then the top heaviest was the breakdown
Down
of
to
Domination by
Domination.
Pantera.
Yeah,
It was like it went off. The
It's a
charts.
fucking
Yeah.
just head-banging
Yeah. It's
fucking
good stuff.
thing to end with. I guess I'll do my honorable mentions real quick. Floods. I was kind of torn to put Floods in there or not. I only really like Floods for the guitar solo, really. I don't like Phil's singing in that, so that's why it's like out of my top 5. Primal Concrete Sledge, just in your face fucking brutality, and the breakdown in that is
one of the
fucking
greatest
nasty.
breakdowns I've ever
It's
like
nasty
it's
as fuck.
So when metalcore started to take over, and like I had a lot of friends that were into like Kill Switch Engage and Poison the Well and shit like that. Avenged Sevenfold. They would always be like, "Oh, the breakdown, sick." I'd be like, "Listen to this breakdown of Primal Concrete Sledge." It was almost like too metal for them. Like it was too much going on with the guitar.
Can't do
They're
that.
like,
No.
it needs to just be like. It's like, no, listen to this. This is nasty. Anyway,
Yeah.
What's
digressing.
wrong with the evolution?
But it almost was like de-evolution is what I was kind of getting at.
Yeah.
It was like a de-evolution. Same with new metal, right? With new metal, like so.
Again, we're talking about the music.
Well, but again, the singers in most metalcore and new metal bands were not better than Phil.
No,
Really,
I
they
don't
weren't.
disagree with you. But
So maybe Howard was, but I don't know that Jesse Leach was. For example, and he's still a great singer, but like, is he better than Phil? I don't know. Phil just has. There's times when Phil when I
like
don't
him or you
necessarily.
don't?
Well, and there's times when I don't.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's times when I don't. When I don't really like his style, he has kind of a weird accent. It's like there's but it's like a weird kind of like drawl. Honestly, it's not really an accent. It's more of a drawl.
Yeah.
He has kind of a drawl to his voice, which comes through at times. But when you just get down to the nuts and bolts and nitty gritty of what he can do, if you listen to a song like, and I'll get to it in my. I'll circle back. But anyway, so it was almost like a de-evolution. New metal, right? A lot of the new metal bands were just taking Pantera
Yeah, they
stuff
were
and
pretty much
simplifying
just
it.
simplifying it.
And a lot of the
groove.
a lot of the metalcore bands were doing that in their breakdowns. They were taking Pantera and Metallica stuff and just simplifying it, making it super palatable to somebody who was like, I just want to hear some fucking like makes me want to get in the pit and do spin kicks or whatever, and wasn't really understanding kind of like the melody and the mentality of it.
Yeah.
And Primal Concrete Sledge. But now, while the rest of the song is almost, other than the chorus, devoid of melody. The chorus has a solid melody.
Yeah, it does.
A solid cadence.
Yeah.
But musically, there's not much going on there. The breakdown is the one musical redeeming quality of that song because there's actually melody to that riff, and especially the riff that the second breakdown. There's a chord progression there, and it shows you that Pantera was kind of doing
Makes
something.
you want to freaking this.
They were kind of doing something, and especially with the drums.
Drums
like,
are
there was something going on there that even to this day still puts it a lot ahead of what a lot of the metalcore bands are doing. Simple shit.
I got Becoming, which is great drum pattern. Love that. 5 Minutes Alone is great. I'm Broken. It's a great riff, but it's not my top 5. I love Yesterday Don't Mean Shit. Yeah, it's great riffs again. Drag the Waters is probably like a really good headbanging. It's the riffs. It's the riffs and the headbangs.
That song, no pun intended, kind of drags to me.
It does. Mouth for War. Suicide Note Part 1 and Part 2 I really love together. Gino Part 1 is the only time.
Again, great vocal performance right there.
Is the only time the Pantera's ever had an acoustic guitar.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. What other acoustic guitar?
The cover of the Black Sabbath song, Planet Caravan.
I don't think that's has acoustic.
It does.
Or original. Okay, original then. Original.
Okay, not a cover song.
Not a cover song. Semantics here.
How about no? You're gonna get owned here.
Okay.
Owned big
Okay.
time. This is your number 2 song. Cemetery Gates.
No, it's not. There's no acoustic in there.
Yes, it is.
I saw an interview and they said there's no acoustic.
Yes, there is.
Nope.
The intro is acoustic guitar, and then after that it goes
It's not.
electric.
I don't believe so.
You want to fuck with a guitar player?
Let's let
you
the fans.
want to fuck with? I
Yeah.
want to bet.
Yeah.
So how about next episode? Nothing but non-alcoholic. You will lose.
Well, no, we already did this bet for the Super Bowl. We can't do it again.
Do you want then? You want something else? I'm sorry, I'm distracted by
Gonna beer. I don't know. We'll figure it out later.
You're gonna lose. I'm just telling you right now. You're fucking with a guitar player in this one.
I've learned when
I
couples
actually
fight,
play
you
that
just-
song. I know what it does.
I think you're wrong. But
you're gonna.
Hey, while you do your top 5, I'll look it up. So
okay.
that's my.
I'll play it for you.
No.
You know what an acoustic guitar sounds like?
Yes, and it's not on there.
You don't have to Google it. We can actually listen to it.
You both are pretty. Hey, Chris.
Hey, what?
What's your top 5?
Yeah, what's your top 5?
Yeah, fuck your own.
Give me your
mentions.
wing.
And your
fucking
fucking their only song they ever played acoustic guitar on.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, you know what else has an acoustic guitar? Floods.
No, it's not acoustic.
Yes.
No, it's not. So electric guitar with no distortion.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So this is
How much-
why
no, how much-
not getting
how
into
much
metal
money-
helps
money-
because
money- I
you
want
don't
money on
have
this.
to
I want
get
money on this
distracted
now.
by
It's
these
not-
arguments.
It's not electric guitar.
Well,
It's an acoustic guitar. How much money do you want to put on this now?
I don't have much
Keep
money.
in mind,
I mean, we
they
are
were
trying to
gonna
buy
put money on the
WWE, so I don't have
actual
much
sports
money.
game.
Fucking with a guitar player. Are
But
you
now-
sure you wanna
$50
do
bucks.
this?
50 bucks.
$50.
They're gonna both put their dicks out on the bar stool and measure it.
No, we're
Yeah, mine. I'm smaller.
You're definitely right. You're smaller.
Top 5, asshole. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, my number 5. I'm gonna go with Floods for the exact reason that you said.
Guitar solo.
The lead guitars,
Yeah.
not just the guitar solo.
Mm-hmm.
The intro to the
Yeah.
guitar solo is one of the best pieces of guitar work that I'm ever did, and one of the best around in the metal genre. Into the guitar solo, which is great, and then the outro guitar work. You don't need to look. I'm telling you.
It's so distracting. It's like, I'm
Google
going to look up on Google and you're going to be wrong.
Google
You
ain't
wait.
gonna help you. Google is not going to help you.
Okay.
Well, all we have to do is use our ears because we know, at least I do, know what an acoustic guitar sounds like.
Okay, Johnny.
So the outro to Floods too should not be denied.
Yeah.
Because the outro is beautiful. It is beautiful. And it's a mirror of this what he does in the interlude, the intro to the guitar solo. And it uses the same progression. And it's just beautifully done. And that alone gets it into my top 5 because the rest of the song, if we're honest, might drag a touch. The lead guitar work alone takes that song to the next level. Incredible. Number 4. Winging this. Just douche.
Okay.
I think with number 4, I'm going to go with Domination.
4? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's not number 1 material.
Wow.
It's not number 1. It's great. It's great.
I already know
it's in the top fucking 5.
I already know what your number 1 is then.
Okay. But where the fuck are you going?
He doesn't give a shit about this, so. Have at it.
So anyway, for all the reasons that we already said, it's
I know. Talking about. By the way, this was our last beer that we.
there's still some hanging around.
Yeah,
it's Allagash, so it can't be too
our
bad.
last beer that we in October that we reviewed. So you go, your beer reviewer there.
So, for those of you that don't know, I've been in a band with Chris before, and I feel like this one, been in a band by osmosis, purely
because he's also been in a band with me before.
It's kind of one of those things when you have a synergy guitar player and they have no bearing on what your influence is, it can be a good or a bad thing. So the synergy between these two, obviously, here's. If you're not here,
this.
What the hell are you still listening to these assholes for?
3,500 subscribers. Come on.
But it's one of those things where the unique perspective of what they have was the main reasons why I love both of these, because it's not just like, hey, we're a little bit passionate about music. It's like, no, fuck you. You're wrong, and here's the fucking reason why. So when I walk away from the beer, it's more like I've had these arguments before, and well, Chris usually wins.
Chris usually does win, unfortunately, but I think I'm right on this. Bullshit.
No, you're not. And you should listen to more Pantera.
Yeah,
Anyway,
agree.
So
your number 4 is Domination.
4 is Domination. What we said before, great breakdown, great thrashiness comes before that. The verses are great with the quadruplet, not quite the sextuplet from 1, but you know, and great guitar solo.
Mm-hmm. It's
all sorts of great
fantastic.
shit
I
going
love
on.
it.
Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
It's good. It was good.
I was like, oh, it's
Number 3, I'm going with. Now we're going heavy on the Cowboys from Hell album.
Yeah.
It is my.
Oh,
favorite.
it is fantastic. Great album.
The Sleep.
The Sleep.
The Sleep.
Oh, that's a call. That's a good call.
So
That's a good call. I like that one.
good vocal work from Phil on this track, but also a very well written, kind of subdued, laid back track where they kind of take it easy.
Yeah.
And surprise, surprise, the guitar player shows up. They open it up for Dime to just boy and on his leads, which is just
just
nasty.
fucking nasty.
But like the song works on a melodic level too. Like the by the way, guess what? It also has a distinction of being yet another song from Pantera that uses acoustic guitars.
I don't think so.
Look at next to me. That's exactly what he's Googling. How can
Another
I
song.
win this debate?
It's yet another song that has acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
So
I accepted a long time ago. Chris is just right.
Anyway.
Shut the fuck up and drink your beer.
Anyway, it's a great song. Melodically, it's very well written. It's very well everything. Like it just comes together great in that song, and it's a deep cut. Right? You listen to the Cowboys from Hell album. It's the penultimate song right before the end, and it's just kind of hidden in there. But then you hear it, and you're like, "This is a great fucking song." And to me, it's top 5. Number 2, also from Cowboys from Hell, Cemetery Gates. So
okay, I don't know your number one. I thought that would be number one.
You put it at number 2. I have it at number 2.
Yeah, I got
bullet
number 2 as well.
It's an insanely well written song. It's
We've covered that a couple
it's
times.
so good. There's not much else to be said about it because it's a classic. Everybody knows it. Who listens to metal? You all know this song. It's great. It deserves its place in the metal It deserves its place in the metal pantheon. The vocals are great. The acoustic guitars are great. The clean guitars, which are electric but without distortion, are great. The distorted guitars are great. The riff that you talked about is great. The lead guitars are great. Everything, the drums, everything. Oh shit!
Chopping beer on.
And
bullshit.
get that, please. That we're trying not to.
So,
Start a fire
in
here.
light of that, while we're
Sorry, Steve.
worst party foul, I think it's why I've avoided bands like this because it's almost like a religion for some people. Where
Okay.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
talk.
I'll
I was
let-
just
I'll-
saying
I'll let
you've
you finish.
talked.
I'll let you finish. Sorry, I want to interject, but I'll let you finish.
It's the same thing with Metallica. Metallica, don't get me wrong, but it's when people get to the obsessive nature of, did you hear that note they hit? It's just,
Well,
Hey,
I mean,
fuck off, dude.
because
Like,
because
I-
we're avid listeners of music, right? We can hear that
Oh,
sometimes.
because I'm
we
not.
we get excited for that kind of thing sometimes.
And
I
I
think
will
that's
echo
right.
his point because there is nothing wrong with passion in music. In fact, should be. What's wrong with that? You are a Tool fan. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Tool fans are
cool.
some of the most obnoxious fucking people because they're like, have you ever heard of the Fibonacci sequence? I'm like, okay, Kyrie Irving. Yeah, you're an intellectual. I've never heard of the Fibonacci sequence. I've fucking done
when
like 5
have you
levels of math
heard me
higher than
mention
you.
that one time?
No, I'm not saying Tool fans in general. You're a Tool fan, and Tool fans do that shit. So
Okay. Yeah, Tool fans do a lot of shit I wouldn't
yes,
do.
but you still love the band. It doesn't matter.
But
right?
for personal fucking reasons, I'm not going to say, like, hey, force my fucking religion on
Yeah.
you real quick now. Like,
well,
it's
but I'm
just
not telling you like any other band for non-personal reasons. But the passion.
Pantera gets there, though. It's almost like, you don't like Pantera? What are you? I won't say it on this podcast, but,
But
you know where I was going to go with that.
You know why? It's because they have great songs. It's not.
I'm
because-
not counting them out.
And-
I
and
really
so-
don't.
And so you could say the same thing about Tool fans. You could say the same thing about the Metallica fans, whatever. Slayer fans, even like, and Slayer, by the way, hugely overrated. That's right, I said it.
Easy.
Dave Mustaine fans,
Yeah.
Megadeth fans, hugely overrated.
Megadeth.
But they're great. But they're still great in their own right. And they have their moments that make them great, just like Tool does or anybody else does. But yes, there's always obnoxious fans, but there's nothing wrong with passion in music. Now
I'm not talking about the passion. I'm talking about, I would say, more the extremists with anything. The extremists where, like, you're wrong because you don't listen to this.
sure.
Where I feel like the great thing about music is you keep an open mind, and these are things that take you back to where you were. I was 14 when you went to that concert. Love you, but I was 14. It's one of those situations where, like, again, a lot of the music, because of the religion I was raised with, I
Sure, yeah.
just didn't hear about it. And
Yeah.
then the first band I did hear, once the religion I was a part of, was Tool. and Vader made a lot of sense. Kind of a blowhard once it came to the
Sure.
later portions of his career, but it's me. It's not so much the don't listen to this particular band. It's what associates and why I've loved music projects in general because of where you're influenced by
Diversity.
Absolutely. They bring together like hopefully a new stage of what you're looking to accomplish.
What's funny is you mentioned religion,
Yeah.
right? Tool fans. Is there any more of a like pseudo religious fan base? Like really?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. But you love the band anyway. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Those douchebags, whatever. You leave them by the wayside. It's just like the fans that say that Metallica only matters at Injustice for All and Below. Like
yeah.
whatever. Or that the Megadeth fans that say Megadeth is the
Greatest.
Beatles and everybody else sucks. I don't know. Whatever Megadeth fans say. Or the Slayer fans say that they never sold out. All
Yeah,
they did was really.
I'm
they
not
were
on the
straight up
internet
cover up, even
apparently
though
as
they're
much
boring
as you
shit,
guys
so
are.
whatever.
Like I don't know, dude. I've always been, to me, no matter, and especially the metal genre.
There's a lot of elitism.
120%.
I just mentioned it with all the fucking fans I named.
It's almost like if you have an education in either one of those genres, you're immediately ostracized.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, the synergy, and I feel like it's a much more point singer between guitar player as far as complement themselves, differentiation of opinion. It really like through tension. Interesting is where I'll put it. On a stage, but the guitar player told them, "Hey, by the way, this compliment really sounds."
I just mentioned it too. I just mentioned a lot of the elitism, right?
Mm-hmm.
With metal, I mentioned how like Megadeth fans think that Dave Mustaine is God's gift, and they think that he wrote every Metallica song on the first two albums,
Yeah,
which is
of course.
insanely incorrect.
Yeah, he gets
But
credit
I
for
won't even
everything.
go there because it doesn't deserve me going. I will talk about how Slayer fans think they're the greatest fucking least sellout band ever, even though they're boring as shit past like fucking 3 albums.
God,
But
you get murdered.
but the point is, those fans say that, but I can still appreciate the band for what I
Yeah.
like about it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
It's like cool fans think that the Fibonacci sequence is like fucking Oppenheimer inventing the atomic bomb.
Never brought that up once.
I'm not
I
saying
don't know what
you.
Tool
That's the
fan
point.
touched you
That's
inappropriately, but like
exactly my point. I'm just making an analogy. Is that
gross generalization is more what it's like.
no? It's that the fans do that, but you can still like the band regardless of whether you agree with those douchebags or not. I can still like Pantera regardless of whether I'm a white supremacist.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Kidding.
Wow.
Kidding.
And so
I'm kidding.
with Tool
I
fans,
wasn't kid for that.
I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
Oh my goodness.
And so, by the way, I can
Today's day and
I can
age.
still like Slayer regardless of whether
Yeah.
I'm a white supremacist or
Yeah.
not. Still kidding. Still kidding.
Okay.
The point is,
Yeah.
I can love Megadeth regardless of whether I think he's better than Metallica or not.
Yeah.
I can still
Kurt.
love it, regardless of whether the fans are their
Yeah,
head
yeah.
planted firmly up their ass or not. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's what being
Yeah,
passionate about music
passionate
is.
about
is
music.
You like
yeah.
what you
yeah.
like
Yeah.
because it's good or not.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Yeah. So number 2 is Cemetery Gates, right?
it's like, how do you recover from
Oh
that?
my goodness.
No, it's like it or not. I don't care how good the guitar player is. I think, unfortunately, the things that come out of the singer's mouth, unfortunately, define a lot. He ends
Now,
up being.
let's be fair here. I'm going to be fair and
Please.
say that what is perceived to have come out of the singer's mouth has not come out of the singer's mouth in the song. Now,
Hasn't it been recorded with live
No.
shows and things of that nature?
yeah, but not in the songs.
Not in
No,
recorded songs.
No.
I'm not talking about recorded songs. I'm talking about
So
obviously you
there
follow
was-
the band a little bit closer of
Yes,
like,
there was.
hey, how's
there was-
everybody doing?
There was a video. There was a video of Phil where he was on stage doing some white power shit
Mm-hmm.
that he has tried to explain away. Whether you believe him or
Yeah.
not is your choice. It's everybody's personal
Yeah,
choice.
choice.
And Kyrie Irving.
Exactly,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
What you could choose to believe Kyrie Irving's bullshit or he's not. We could choose to believe Phil at his word, whether it's bullshit or not. Make your choice.
Yeah.
But the lyrics to Pantera have never gone there, and that is a common misconception that the lyrics to Pantera are racist. They have never been anywhere near that.
I haven't
in
seen
any
it,
way,
no.
shape. So you can listen to the band and appreciate art, right? Just like you could watch somebody's movies and appreciate what they're doing. I
Yeah.
can watch Roman Polanski's movies and try to ignore the fact that he's a fucking pedophile. People do it all the time. He's
Yeah.
a very famous director. He's won awards. He can't come into this country. But he still makes movies.
Yeah, he still makes movies. I mean, this is
So-
cancel culture we're talking about now, pretty much.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
Fucking-
Phil was caught on stage
Yeah.
doing some stupid shit.
Yeah, he
Now-
was, yeah.
no, he had an explanation. Now, whether you believe his
Yeah.
explanation or
Yeah,
not
I
is
know.
entirely up
But
to you.
there's in today's world there's no forgiveness anymore. You can't forgive that,
Well,
It's not
to
forgiveness.
To be fair,
no
hold
matter
on.
what his
Hold
explanation
on, hold on, hold on. To be fair,
Mhm.
yes, there is.
No, there's
Because
not.
yes, there is.
You're immediately canceled, no matter what you
He's on
fucking
tour
do.
with Metallica.
Well, that's true. I mean, yes, I agree with that. But they have canceled tours because of it. They canceled some in Europe.
No, that's not a tour.
Yeah.
That's a show.
A show,
It's totally
like,
different.
well, it's a festival.
It's a festival.
Yeah,
It's not a
canceled.
tour. He hasn't had a tour canceled. And my wife tried to say this to me earlier. Like she did the same thing.
Yeah.
She went all internet
Yeah.
on it and said, "Oh, they were kicked off all the Metallica shows." I'm like,
No,
they're
yeah,
not.
no, they're not.
They're on because they were kicked off of
The Europe tour or
Germany.
festival.
Germany, a festival in
Mhm,
Germany,
yeah.
because surprise, Germany is sensitive to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
I
why.
don't know why. either.
Singers
So-
have more power than I think they care. Guitar players, I could honestly say. But the age of the singer, I believe, has been kind of marginal. But still, marketability of what there is a certain element,
Mhm.
but
You can't be an idiot.
No, you can't be a
but
dumb.
an idiot is so, like you were saying beforehand, end of the free. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't make it wrong. Or
There's
right,
be
but
consequences.
You're going to have consequences.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Huh?
Yeah.
And
well, also too. So be real here. So Phil has always been a gas bag.
Always, yeah.
He's always been a gas bag.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so we just mentioned how he's on tour with Metallica. There was plenty of times when he talked a lot of shit on that band,
Mhm.
and now they're like, "Yeah, come on tour with us," because they don't care. They've played shows with Dave Mustaine, even though
Yeah,
Dave Mustaine
yeah.
talks out his ass all the time.
Yeah. The
So,
big four shows.
Like, it's just it's subjective. It's a case by case basis. Now, there's a video that makes him look really bad. It is what it is. He
Mhm.
did it on stage. It is what it is.
Mhm.
So he explained it away. He had an explanation for it. Whether you think his explanation is bullshit or not, entirely up to you.
Mhm.
I mean, it kind of sounds like bullshit,
Uh,
but there's an ounce of it that sounds like it could be true, but at the same time, you're like, okay, but you had to realize that would be perceived
Yeah.
in a bad way.
and he did the hand sign too. I'm like, yeah.
Right. You had to realize it would be perceived. Even if your explanation is true, you had to realize it would be in a bad way. You had to realize that. If
Yeah,
somebody was
yeah.
out there with a cell phone, you had to realize it wouldn't look good.
No.
Now, you might be drunk and just be stupid. Okay. I mean, you can give you the benefit of the doubt. But the point is that, in essence, he released an apology after that. Has been forgiven because even a band that he used to talk shit on is bringing him on fucking
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like he's hurting. Like they got kicked off of a festival
Yeah.
in Germany because it's sensitive there for
Yeah,
obvious
yeah,
reasons.
yeah.
They kicked off a couple other festivals, but the positive of what they're receiving is far more than the negative. They're playing a lot more shows and much more press about. Hey, yeah, the Pantera reunion, they announced a tour. We bought
Everyone,
tickets for it.
a
We're
lot of
going to
people,
see it.
a lot of people
Like,
excited
so
for
it's
it.
like-
Yeah, a lot of people excited.
It's like he is getting
Mhm.
the benefit of the doubt. He's not being canceled by any
Nah.
way, shape, or form, and he very well could have been. So
yeah.
again, very much one of those things. What's your number one?
number
Oh,
one,
what's your number one? We're at number one. Yeah. Yeah.
Hollow.
Hollow.
How you didn't put Hollow in your top 5 is
I put
fucking
it. I put it in
beyond
my.
me.
I
You
put it
didn't
in my
even put it in your honorable
honorable.
mentions.
It was there. I don't think I said it though.
No, you didn't.
Because I was just running through my honorable mentions.
This is
but,
a great
yeah.
fucking song.
It's a good
like
song. It's
insanely
not
great
bad. I
song.
mean-
the way it progresses,
Eh.
Phil's vocals in it.
They're
By the
good.
way,
I
are
love Phil
awesome.
vocals. I love his vocals.
And the
in that
way
one.
the song is written and it progresses is like, it's just epic as fuck, and it's so well done. I don't think honestly Pantera has done another song like it before or after. Like the Cemetery Gates is more of the back and forth. The
the
heavy
back.
versus the soft,
I
the
mean,
heavy versus
that
the soft,
kind of
which is-
reminds me of that song a little bit, but not.
but not quite the
Not-
same
not
because,
quite the
because
same,
it's more of a slow burn.
Yeah.
It builds and builds and builds and builds. And
It's got a good build, yeah. Good
they've
roller coaster.
well, no, Roller Coaster is more like Cemetery Gates, where it's
Yeah.
the up down, which is
Yeah.
the common kind of metal ballad
Yeah.
type feel. You know, the Sanitarium
Yeah,
Fade to Black
yeah,
type
yeah,
feel.
yeah.
It's more of Hollow is more the slow burn that crescendos.
Mhm.
Classic Pantera kind of groove metal riff.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
doesn't go thrash like maybe Metallica or Anthrax would do. It goes more groove metal, which is kind of where Pantera kind of laid their legacy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
what they're known for, what so many bands, metalcore, everything else, kind of copied after that.
Yeah.
It's a quintessential version of that. It's so heavy but it earns it. It gets, and it's a build, and it
It's
just
a great
works.
build.
It just
It is.
works so well, and it every time I hear that song, it's just incredibly written. Like I would, and that means something.
All right.
So that's easily my number one. To me, the reason why it goes over Cemetery Gates is because Cemetery Gates is a little bit more conventional.
Yeah.
It has the hallmarks of a metal ballad.
Yeah.
And Hollow is just a little bit not
Kind of
like
like
Hollow's
kind
reinventing
of like
Beatles.
your standard songwriting, pretty much. You got
Well,
your intro, you got
standard
your
metal
your
ballad
verse,
songwriting,
verse,
like
chorus,
where
chorus,
it
guitar
kind of
solo.
builds. So Hollow is a little bit more like where it builds to a crescendo, almost
yeah.
like I guess you could say like One by Metallica,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where
builds
it
and
has,
builds and builds. Yeah.
that,
Has the
One
layers.
has those kind of like heavy choruses, but it's more subdued. It's more like low key.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it goes into a big thrash fest. Hollow is like that, but not thrash. It's more groove, and what Pantera is known for.
Yeah.
Kind of revolutionized. And kind of revolutionized. Bands copied it after that. And it's just quintessential to me how they kind of did that, and they never wrote a song like that after. They really didn't. Like they never. So anyway,
That's a good number one. What's your honorable mention?
honorable mentions. I'll go. Revolution is my name. A great one. Suicide Note Part 1, because I love Phil's singer, also acoustic guitar.
Only one.
I love Phil's vocals in that song. Like
I do
he
too.
does a great job in that song.
yeah.
Like great. Like he really shows what he can do as a singer. Cowboys from Hell is not my top five, but it's
crazy.
it deserves to be. It's
Should.
definitely an honorable mention. And This Love got to be an honorable mention because it's not
That's
my
my
top
number
five.
3,
It's
so
got
that's
to
my
it's
number
got to
three,
be an
yeah.
honorable mention. It's
Yeah.
great. A New Level.
Level. Oh,
The guitar and
Oh.
the riff is just mean as fuck.
It's mean.
There's more.
Yeah.
There's more I could go on, but
The
I'm
entire
gonna stop there.
catalog.
And that's a beautiful thing about these two, that regardless of, remember last time I was on the show, Chris Cornell, I mean, that's easy. This band really is difficult, and our homework on the drive home, apparently.
Yes.
It's always been a band, I guess, that I have a sore spot for, but it's one of those things. I think if you can look at it more objectively, especially on the music front, that obviously it's fine both of you guys as far as both their music careers, as far as what they've done.
I'm playing Hollow for you. I'm playing fucking
I
Hollow.
want to hear it
for
again.
you.
I want to hear. I heard it on the way here. I
that's,
didn't listen to it on the way
that's
here,
a
but
great
it's a good
fucking
track.
metal song.
track.
Like,
And that's
just
the good thing about friends. They'll always subject you to
great.
any music that you want
I'm
not
down there,
necessarily
Johnny.
listen to by force.
Yep.
So I would say at this point, welcome to the music segment.
Figure. Yeah, it's about
If you
wraps
could
up music.
Lock that up.
Yeah, lock that up. Make sure your mic
Lock
stands
it up.
fantastic. We still got more coming your way. We've been fucking just
How are
pushing through. We still got more.
21
Still
gonna be
more.
the longest episode ever.
Ever. I
You
mean, maybe
look
I'll
here.
just put. Maybe I won't fucking cut it up and just
What's
put
next?
it all as one.
What's next? Movies and
Movies
TV?
and TVs shows. TV shows, not TVs.
Movies and TVs.
Not-
Samsungs.
Samsung.
$5.99.
Sony's.
Yeah.
Ready for it.
TV shows. Oh, we got a lot of talk. We've been gone for like 3-4 months, so we've been
I don't
watching
remember
a
it
lot
all,
of
dude.
shit.
There's too much. Like I can't even process this. There's too much.
Well, fucking get your shit together. This is Beer Night episode 21, 3-year anniversary. We got movies and TV shows coming your way with special guest Garrett. Stay tuned. I should do this as a living. This is fucking crazy. I'm good at hosting shit.